Type 9. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the Everyday Growth Advisors live stream. I hope you guys are having a great Friday. Welcome back. Happy Thanksgiving to all of you guys. The EGA tribe is alive. I appreciate you guys being here, taking your time out to be here. Definitely an interesting day here with the NASDAQ, Dow Jones, and S&P 500 kind of pushing up here to, I want to say, decent levels, right? I want to also caution you guys at this moment that, this may potentially be a bull trap. Obviously, it's not for sure, but I do see signs of it. And, it could be a bull trap or it could be a rally that's going to lead into December. But I think that we need a retracement first before we can continue up on this wave. And so for that reason, I'm more inclined to believe that this is a bull trap. That's the reason why I would say what I'm saying. Of course, as usual, there is no guarantees here. I just see what I'm seeing and make decisions based on that, based on the risk reward opportunity to the upside and the downside. Now, in terms of news, I don't really see much of positive or negative news. We're in a hybrid situation here. There's a lot of geopolitical tensions that, as I have said in the previous live stream, that still continue till this day, and I think it's going to continue into 2021. It's not anything that's going to end anytime soon. Now, there's a potential trade idea here with energy that I'd like you guys to actually think about. So from what I saw, there is actually a potential natural disaster in terms of the rainfall happening in Southeast Asia. Now, I happen to stumble across this idea from various news outlets and then some people that I follow on Instagram, which were pretty interesting. So there's been higher than usual rainfall in Indonesia this year. Okay. And I don't know if you guys know, but Indonesia is one of the world's biggest exporters of palm oil. Okay. Now, this whole area right here, this is where, majority of the palm oil being produced in the world comes from. Okay. And if you actually double this up with the heat map for how rain has been falling this year, you'll realize that there has been a lot of rainfall in this area. And the reason why this caught my attention was because look at where Singapore is, which is where I am, right? Singapore is right here. Okay. We're like a very small place compared to where the rest of the world is. Okay. And the rain has been falling hard here as well. Okay. And this kind of like jogged my attention a little bit, because if the rain has been falling hard here, then the rain has been falling hard in the biggest capital where palm oil has been produced. Therefore, Malaysia as well has been affected. And I actually see a potential for palm oil supplies getting hit in the short run, because crops would have more than likely been destroyed in the short run. And so I think buying some palm oil derivatives would be an interesting play here. So that's something that you could think about as a trade idea. Remember, at Everyday Growth Advisors, we don't focus on just, one kind of trading idea. We focus on a bunch of different things. And I always want you guys to think of trading and, these kinds of things as a dynamic profession. Remember, this is not a profession where, you're just looking at one specific kind of thing like US equities. You have to venture out and find opportunities in other markets when news hits, right? Like, for example, last week when I was talking to you guys about Venmo, right? And how Venmo has had a huge surge in growth, right? And so if Venmo has had a huge surge in growth, then what happens? Then the company that's backing Venmo financially, right? The financial backing of Venmo, this would also have influx of users, right? So you got to look at all these kinds of things to formulate trade ideas. Think outside the box, guys. Don't rely on just looking at flow or looking at, specific things like, oh, you know, charts going up and charts going down. Remember, these will make you money only to a certain extent of time. Okay, technical analysis will work only to a certain extent of time. You have to branch out your way of thinking so that you can take advantage of the basis of what trading is built under. Okay, and therefore I urge you guys to, you know, look deep within yourself to really think about trade ideas from a different perspective all the time. Okay. Cool. So palm oil is one of the trade ideas I want to bring you light to you guys. In terms of news wise, let's look at the Wall Street Journal here. Stock market derivatives are sending different signals. Dow Jones Industrial Averages soared back records, fueled by optimism. The VIX apparently is elevated, but I don't see that, honestly. You know, the VIX has been actually selling off here, right? It's a great time to buy the VIX, guys. It's a great time to buy the VIX. Okay, the VIX, you guys know, you know, this is very low for the VIX. Okay, we're sitting on the 150 moving average here on a monthly basis. You know, this is a very low level here. Okay, taking into account all the movements that we can take into account here. And the VIX continues to drop here. I think that this is a decent price to buy some VIX calls. All right. I know IVs continue to be pretty high, but I would say, you know, try to hedge against this massive rally. I think December end is when we'll see the next rally. So I think maybe the next 1 to 2 weeks you may see a snap pullback, which is what I'm counting on. Okay. So that's pretty much all that I have to say about this right now. Remember that we have a new ticker of the week for next week. So why don't you guys go ahead and tell me what your tickers are, or what do you think we should do for next week? What ticker do you guys think that we should go for next week? Go ahead. I'm actually going to be waiting for your responses here. Fisker. What's Fisker? Fisker Inc. What is this? Interesting. Remember, we want to have stuff that's above 10 billion market cap and good history. Zscaler. I actually like Zscaler. I was thinking about that earlier, Landon. This is one of the ones I was thinking about. Delta, new ticker, Home Depot, Triple M, Lockheed Martin. Lockheed Martin's not a bad one too. GPS, NSC. Let's see. Union Pacific, Solo, DE. Any more? No more? Come on. I'm pretty sure you guys have more than that. DPZ. Hertz. Come on. No Hertz, man. Hertz is in the pink sheets, bro. Hertz is no longer a stock. It's now on the OTC, bro. Smashed up like. T-Mobile. New ticker ACB. How about SBE? SBE. What's SBE? Switchbank Energy Acquisition. This is a SPAC, huh? This is a SPAC. No, we won't do this one, unfortunately. We'll skip SPACs, man, because SPACs are a complicated thing. Intel, I feel like we've done Intel before. JKS. That's the second time I heard JKS. What's JKS? Jinko Solar. Does this company have a good track record? Well, looks like it. Looks decent. Where's this company based? I wonder. Let's have a look. JKS, Jinko Solar, currently world's largest solar panel manufacturer, Shanghai, China. Okay, interesting. You guys want to do JKS? T's AT&T. Yeah, I got that. Yeah, it's SPAC. Yeah, that's the thing, Francesco. I want to avoid SPACs because SPACs are not fully incorporated companies. Let's see. Berkshire B. Berkshire B. That's a holding company. It's a little difficult. One thing, CU, it's Berkshire B is very heavily correlated with S&P 500. JKS. That's the third time I heard JKS tonight. JKS. That's yeah. This is not 10 billion. Oh, it is. It's 12 billion actually. JKS. It might actually fit the bill. Biden getting the office will push solars. Yeah, that's what everyone seems to be thinking. What do you guys think about JKS? You want to do JKS? It has a decent history. It's looking like it's been on an uptrend for a while. Is this stock really worth it? Do you guys want to know? Yeah, if you want to know, we can cover the stock next week. Jinko Solar. It's Shanghai-based stock, so it's a Chinese stock. It has a 12.29 billion market cap. Seems interesting. Haven't looked at the fundamentals yet, so this should be interesting. RTX. RTX is another one. Raytheon, right? RTX or Raytheon? I'm pretty sure. RTX is a good one. Yeah, Raytheon. Raytheon's a good one. Okay, Raytheon is definitely a better pick here, to be honest. But it's whether you guys want to cover this one. Okay, let's pick between RTX and JKS. How about that? Let's go, guys. Chat. Vote for RTX or JKS. Go ahead. Go ahead right now. Vote. Let's see. RTX. So far, RTX is winning. All right, RTX it is then. Raytheon. Honestly, Raytheon's a good one, guys. Raytheon is actually, so I think many of you don't know this, but when I was in San Jose State University, we had Raytheon part of our portfolio. And during my time, I was in charge of the Spartan Fund. Well, not in charge of the Spartan Fund, but I was part of the Spartan Fund as a junior analyst, and we were managing a $50,000 fund. And part of this fund, I was hit part of the industrials and utility sector, and part of our portfolio was RTX. Actually, we had RTX and Boeing. And what happened was our Boeing position was up about 100%. We were up about 100%. And we had about 30% profit in RTX. And what we decided to do was actually cut our Boeing position in half and put some more money into RTX. And the next year after this, our RTX position actually went up to 150%, which was really nice. So I've covered the stock before. I'm pretty well versed with it. Raytheon is a pretty decent stock. It's a defense stock. So yeah, okay, cool. We'll do RTX. I think RTX wins because I see a lot more RTX than JKS here. So we'll cover this stock for next week. If you guys are okay with that, that's cool. We'll do that. As far as technical analysis concerns here, so you can see the VIX continues to fall over here. In terms of technical analysis here, you can see SPY pushing up here. We may get a melt-up situation here, where if we break out of this 3671 level, we will definitely see further upside here. The Dow Jones Industrial Average also seeing very, very significant push up here. A break above 30,242-ish, 200-ish, will see a big significant upside. As well as the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ has a bit more to run. The NASDAQ will see 12,410 before we see a significant upside, but we see NASDAQ pushing up pre-market here. You can see this. very importantly. So I would say honestly for today, I would recommend trading lightly. Push the momentum stocks and see what's moving. But apart from that, you can see here Amazon's up about 1%, right? To 32117. This is funny because we saw $3,200 calls that were in the flow, and this actually came true. Majority of tech is going to be up since Nasdaq is up. The ones that are suffering are financials here. So I would say, if financials continue to slide, you should think of those. Energy also suffering. So XLE, XLF, that's your usual suspects that are doing poorly today. As far as pre-market movers, let's see here. Sundial, NEO up about 0.86%, not too bad. Li Auto, Ideonomics. No news today. Volatility is still very low, so be careful. Apple, Boeing, Salesforce up about 1%. Watch Salesforce. Salesforce is a good one that got sold off abruptly because of rumors that it was buying work. This one, you watch it, guys. This one, you watch it. I think, high chance that this continues to slide. But if it does, I like the prospect of buying this one. I think Salesforce is a great stock to own long term. As long as we can hold this level here, we'll be okay at 243. We successfully traded the DKNG on our live trading session with the Everyday Growth Advisor mentees. This was a nice play. We managed to catch a big wave of this upward, and we made a $200-some profit. This was a great one. We played this on Wednesday. It was a great play. I actually put the entire summary on the sheet, the Excel sheet. If you want access to the Excel sheet, make sure you go to my Twitter, click on my profile, and you can see the stream running pics here. This was the trade that we took. I was giving play-by-play updates here. So good volume, scalp opportunity, entry position, one at this, and then I scaled in 5 more contracts on the break of a key resistance area, moved my stop loss to break even, scaled out 3 contracts, and then scaled out all at 218. Nice little $240 profit on that trade. So I update this sheet as much as I can, as often as I can. But today I don't think I'm going to be trading much, to be honest. So make sure you guys keep that in mind here. Okay. Cool. Let me do some of these ticker breakdowns, and then we're going to call it a night here. I think, let's see here. VRM, $40 calls for 12.18. Oh, man, that's a tough one, man. I mean, you're basically playing the rebound here. But I don't see any confirmation of an upside here. You need to really be careful. $40 still okay, but I would be extremely careful here, man. This is not a very good setup here, to be honest. See what else here. Do you like $19 calls VIX for 12.18? Sure. The only thing about this trade is, Francesco, make sure that the IVs are not bonkers. If the IVs are above 100%, do not take it. I don't recommend it. You can easily hedge the market in more creative ways than buying VIX. The $19 calls here might be expensive. But I do like the idea of playing the pullback here, though. I do like that idea. PLTR 33 Feb 2021, $40 calls. Wait, 33 calls, 2021. To be honest, I don't have much to say about Palantir except for the fact that it's super overbought, and I don't recommend you playing this. There will be at some point of time, Palantir is going to have a pullback. Okay, so this is a fairyland over here. This is a made-believe world where the stock is going to keep going up. At some point of time, it's going to crash and then continue its run up. So I don't think you want to be on the buying end of this right now. If anything, you should be consolidating for short positions. I have a CRM call 12/4 280. I bought it when CRS sold out on Wednesday. 280. That's a bit too high of a strike, man. 280 is a bit too high of a strike, in my opinion. I think you should have gone with the lower strike, like, for example, 260 or 270 even. 280 is a bit much. Especially for next week expiry. For Mentee's trading sessions, how do we get a hold of you for the link? Anders, just stay tuned for more information, man. I have a lot of news that's going to break in the middle of December, so stay tuned for that. In the meantime, if you want to be a part of the live trading sessions, just DM me on let's see, DM me on Instagram. How about that? All of you guys that want to get into the live trading sessions and such, DM me on Instagram, okay? And then I'll see what I can do for you guys. Maybe send a Zoom link out or send you a link to elsewhere. Okay? Cool. Baba 290 calls 1224 after confirmation of breakout. Oh yeah, that looks good. Yeah, that looks great. If you can get the confirmation. So the only thing you need to note here is, so this is going to push up, right? It might push up and then come down. Remember that. This might come down first. And then when you see it test the moving averages as a support, then you get in. That's when you want to get in. Ride the next wave up, right? But make sure that you confirm that this indeed makes a higher high first, right? A higher high, and then it can make a higher low later. So you want that uptrend, okay? Yeah, I agree with that, Landon. Apple 116. There was a lot of Apple calls being bought, so I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest. Let's see, Apple 116, December 24 calls. Yeah, absolutely. Hold those calls, man. December 24th calls, Apple 116. Hold those, Phil. That's a good one. I got into 285 Baba calls for 1218 from the last minute call out on your stream on Wednesday. Dope. That's good. I would have gotten a little closer strikes though. 285 is a bit far, to be honest. AMWL. Don't know what that is. Apple 120 calls for 1211. That your expiry is too close. See, 116 for December 24th is still okay. But 120 for 1211, that's 2 weeks from now. I don't know. I don't know if Apple will go up that fast. It can, but I would say instead of betting on such a big drastic move, play the time value. Buy yourself more time. Buy a further out contract. TWLO, Pleo, TR reminds me of Neo. Yeah, I know, right? It does remind me of Neo too. Sweet, thanks. No problem. Cool. So I got Baba 1224, 282, 50 after the last stream. Yeah, that's good. You guys must have made some decent money on those. All I'm going to say is, as we called it on the stream at Baba, as I was saying, Baba was a great one to buy, and Baba rallied up, right? Based on what we were discussing in the live stream. If any one of you guys took this trade, it would have been money, right? Obviously. We called out Baba when it was like somewhere down here, and it's been running ever since, right? So what I would recommend is, if you're already in profits, take those profits right now. Wait for the wave down, and then once you get the bounce, go back in again. That's what I would recommend. Intel $50 calls for 12.18. $50 calls for 12.18. Ugh, this looks terrible, man. I wouldn't recommend it, to be honest. Very low volume. Yeah, stock looks like it might be reversing, but you don't have a confirmation yet. The confirmation will be the break of this level here, right? And then a retest of that level. So you need something like this, and then like that, and then a bounce, and then you take this to the upside. That's your confirmation entry. You know, you get what I'm saying? You don't want to play the run up, the first wave up. You want to play the breakout, the bounce, and then the second wave. That's what you want to play. This is your entry with Intel. Intel let me down so many times. I know, that's what I'm saying. Which strike would be best for Apple January calls? I would go with like in the money strikes, to be honest, if you really want to make some decent money. T, where do I post my winning trades from you now? Francesco, hold tight, hang tight, man. As I told you, there's going to be announcements coming in the end of, the middle of December. Happy post Thanksgiving, fam. Absolutely. Happy Thanksgiving to all of you guys. I'm really happy that you guys are, doing good. The ZS going to move down to 144, 140 to fulfill the gap, and then take the upside of 150, 1224. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's definitely possible. Landon, you've been on fire recently, bro. To be honest, I like all the plays that you're calling out. It's dope. Yeah, I see that potentially. I agree with it. But the thing is, if that happens though, you may potentially be looking at a short-term bearish position for a while. So this is your high here. This is your low. Let's say swing high, swing low. This would be your wave pattern, right? And then if you get rejected here, chances are you go further down first. Make a interim downtrend and then an uptrend. Remember, each wave that you look at has many waves within them. So this is your big A, B, C wave. Then within them you have your I, and then your I, right? So you have all the different types of waves within. And so if this is your C to your D wave, right? Then within your D wave, you'll have a couple more different waves. So what I'm saying is, if this goes bearish and rejects to the 140 level, I wouldn't buy the calls just yet. Unless you have the confirmation that we bounce on this key level over here, right? For example, this is a dual zone, right, at 137-ish, 140. But apart from that, you don't really want to take that gamble, to be honest. Are you doing a live trading today? No, unfortunately not today. Thanks, T. Great advice. No problem, Landon. Absolutely. Cool. Well, so ticker of the week for next week is going to be, they also have ER next week. Okay, cool. Yeah, I would say all the more, Landon, be careful. When companies post ERs, that's a tough one. It could be a situation where, if they post ERs, then it gets a sticky situation. So be absolutely careful. Okay, so ticker of the week next week is Raytheon. I think today's going to be a considerably short stream, to be honest. I don't want to drag it on for no reason. We'll keep it short and sweet. I know personally, I'm not going to be trading much today. As I told you guys, volume is relatively low across the board. Okay, yeah, absolutely. I can look at AMD. I will. Looking like it could be another breakdown there. Yeah, sure. I will have a look at AMD right after I explain this. So today, chances are I'm not going to be trading. Okay. Why? Because volume is pretty low. Spreads are going to be huge. I don't want to be overpaying for contracts. More than likely also, the other thing is that the weekend's here, right? I don't want to be holding expensive contracts over the weekend. So double whammy, right? So because of this, I will trade very lightly today. More than likely, if anything, I'll take scalps, day trades, but I will not be swinging anything. Okay. I'm still holding Dow Jones Industrial Average puts, and then I'm gonna probably X out my SPY calls today. I had some 270 calls that were betting on next week expiries. So I'll take profits off that. Hold my Dow Jones puts, which are hedges. Very, very small position, by the way. All right, like $400 worth of contracts. And the rest of it is history. Okay. All right, let me do AMD, and then I'm going to cut out the stream here. Okay, so AMD definitely been on a nice little uptrend, right? You can see this little bit of sell-off, and then it's been on a nice climb here. Approaching the supply zone, absolutely, I agree. This is your supply zone up here. I think that this is a good time to be careful here. It's definitely a good time to be careful. It could go higher, but I personally think that it may stall out here for a while. It looks like a short-term bearish trend, to be honest. Oops. Well, actually, technically, it broke out already of this downtrend. Interesting. This may end up being like kind of a weird wedge. See how AMD performs today. If AMD stays above this zone here, I would say bullish. If AMD breaks down, then chances are bearish. So you have to be careful here. I think a breakdown is more possible than a rally up, though. That's what I will say. But I may be wrong. I may be wrong. Awesome. Wanted validation of my own analysis. Of course, man. No problem. Waiting game, so we went on to Monday. Enjoy the weekend. Yep, absolutely. That's what I was saying. I think sometimes you got to realize one thing, guys. Avoid jumping in and out of the market for absolutely no reason. Whenever you think that you need to trade, you shouldn't. Whenever you think that you don't need to trade, that's when you have to trade. Okay. More than often, if you think that you need to screenshot your wins, you should take profits. And I highly recommend not to overtrade, because in this environment, when the volatility is very low, you're going to be overpaying. Okay. Should I sell out my 12-4 370 SPY calls today? That's what I'm going to be doing. Now, if you want to sell, that's up to you, but I'm going to be selling those calls because I want to take profits on them. They're going to be up like 20% or 15%, and I'm comfortable with 20-15% profits. Profits are better than losses. I will always manage my risk so that in a way that I will always end up making more profit than loss. And so therefore, for me personally, it's all about risk management. At the end of the day, it boils down to risk management. Okay. Cool. All right. Well, I'm going to say thank you very much for attending the stream today. Once again, happy Thanksgiving from my family to yours. I'm very thankful for all of you guys for attending the streams and putting your heart and soul into the stream, being a part of the EGA tribe. I keep mentioning it, and I will keep mentioning it again. Wait for announcements. There are big things coming. See you guys on Monday. I'm going to have a pretty busy next few weeks with school and whatnot, and I can't wait to show you guys what I'm working on. All right, so have a great weekend, guys. Enjoy yourselves. Take the Friday off. Yesterday was Thanksgiving. Don't trade today. Don't bother. All right. Be safe, and I'll catch you guys on Monday. All right. Peace out, and I love all of you guys. Bye-bye.